with the silly, silly games we play. Ugh. That's so. And we matter how it's done. Oh, 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 we are one. We are one. You wanted Tiffany, and that's the way it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, I'm ready now, Big D.
All right, I'm glad to know you ready. All right, let's turn this on.
What was next?
We have to start. This is not a podcast where we sing the whole time.
Okay, wait. I just want to sing the first. I want to sing the first row to just the first little. Cause this. Just hold on. Use your heart. Don't play with me. Hold on. Alone, you and I intertwine, refreshing conversations for the mind. As we stare, we both seek and hope to find real love, purified. Use your heart, not your eyes. If you've got time, then I got time. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Period.
Okay. All right. You're all set up and perched and think you got the right headphones on.
Perched up. Oh, thick. I looked at my watch's dial. And you and me, helping me like a child. As we lay, we'll close my eyes and I smile. And we're real love, purify. Use your heart and not your eyes. Baby, just relax a while.
You got time and I got time.
If you got time, then I've got time.
Heal her and watch.
Baby, won't you use?
Tiffany said, I'm singing this song today.
That's my shit. That plays like every day in my house.
Okay. You know what plays every day in my house? 4-Page Letter by Aaliyah.
Nope, too long. Too slow.
Not too slow.
Too long. I ain't got, listen.
Or, listen, you know what really plays in my house? Don't mess
with my man. Was this filmed in the laundromat? Is this the one she was in the laundromat? Talking about don't mess with my man. See, you don't even remember videos back then. You were too young.
This the one that me and you used to sing about Kyle in the house.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Danger zone, and if you, I'll be wrong. Don't mess with my man. I'ma be the one to bring it to you. Hey.
Okay, guys. Okay. All right, let's get to it. All right.
Back like we never left.
Like we never left.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Royalty with Tiffany and
Big D, a.k.a. Derek F.
Big Derek Frazier. As a matter of fact, his name is Dig Dennis Frazier if you nasty.
Or just, perch up and all thick if you really nasty.
Perch up there. All
you know who? Wait, first of all, speaking of perching up and who was all thick, a.k.a. Drake, okay? He was all perched up and thick recently, okay?
I mean, I'd like to weigh in on this, and I will like to disagree with you.
Oh, of course you do.
And I will say he was dangling out there all along, but he wasn't all thick and he wasn't perched up there.
Well, you know what? Tim, it was there, but you know,
Dangling.
Who else was dangling tonight? The Traitors were dangling tonight. So, to get into tonight's episode, Tim, start us off. What is tonight's episode called? Where are we at? What's going on?
You're not about to rush me into this episode. How you doing, Big D?
Oh, you know, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to rush you. But I know you don't like to be rushed, Miss Tiffany, but how are you doing? Well, we did a whole karaoke. We got to get into the episode at some point.
But that was off camera.
It's going to be a part of the episode, unfortunately, my love.
You're very sneaky.
I know. I have to. But how are you doing? Congratulations on your cleansing juice, your liquid juice diet you've been doing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just, trying to embark upon a healthy journey. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm doing much better. I finally got the correct medication to finally knock out these germs. PSA, guys, make sure that you hydrate yourself. Don't go out being sick. And also just be conscious of who you're kissing or who you're dealing with in life. Just in case, okay, there's cooties out here. Just so you know.
You didn't get it from me, so you've been
No, I'm just saying in general.
Are we in a polygamous relationship? Are we in an open relationship? It's fine. We'll talk about this afterwards.
I'm in whatever relationship you want me to be. But like I said, just, make sure you take care of your body. I really have realized recently, especially going to the doctors, I got my blood work done. I got things done today. And I was just kind of like, wow, I really can tell, I'm not drinking enough water. Mm-hmm. I'm not eating enough vegetables. Mm-hmm. Just take care of your body. I kind of realized that I'm 32 at this point, and I can't snap back like how I used to and be able to drink back to back. So just remember, guys, look at the long-term goals. And that's something me and you've been talking about, Tiff, goals in life and things we want to do. And I know you've been pushing me and I've been pushing you, and I'm just so thankful. So we want to push you guys to really stick to those goals that you want to achieve this year and start going for them and put yourself first. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to get your back like yourself. I'm going to tell you that now.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to depend on someone carrying you, picking you up, feeding you, lifting you. And I mean, things can happen that are out of our control. But while we are in control of some things, we have to do better. And it's just health all the way around, inside out, mental health, emotional health, your physical health, your diet, your exercise, everything. So,
and I love your quotes that you've been putting, Tiff. Your quotes on your Instagram story have really been helping. And I think that the one thing I enjoy about that is it's just a daily. I know it's for yourself, but it also is a daily reminder for all of for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've now hit a different part in my life. And I have to say thank you to you, because you have helped me kind of realize so much more in life and joy. And, you saw me at my worst. You picked me up when I was at my worst and was able to help me get myself to where I was. Because a month ago, I was a mess, and I appreciate you just being here for me. And we're not even in the same state, but I talk to you every day. We can sit on FaceTime and not even talk and just watch a show together and stuff. And I appreciate that. And that means a lot. So the thing that I want people to understand is that when me and Tiffany do this podcast, we do it for you guys, but it's also an opportunity for you guys to kind of see how we are and how we talk. And we appreciate you guys just still supporting us and loving us and being there. So we want to send you guys all the love, positive vibes, and also just to let everybody know, go Detroit Lions, go Eagles. As you can see, we are still in the Super Bowl in our hearts, so we will wear this because we don't have no other trashy ass 49ers or Chiefs to go. So yes, and also the Super Bowl's this weekend. Tiff, who are we rooting for?
No one. Both of them. Okay.
I'm rooting for Usher.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So sorry. To get into tonight's episode, Tiff, take us off.
All right. Tonight's episode is called Blood on Their Hands. It's episode 7. Starts off in the turret. Everyone's got their hoods on. They're getting ready to reveal what is going to happen in response to their recruitment letter. Phaedra and Parvati pull their hoods down. Well, first they get that ominous knock at the door, and they're like, "Oh my God!" They throw their hoods up, and I don't know about you guys, but I was expecting to see Peter, and I saw Alan, and I was like, "Oh!"
I was shocked. I actually gagged. I said, and I love how they like. This is why I love this show so much. They're like, they don't know who's walking yet, so they're like,
yeah,
like they're in full character mode. I was shocked to see Alan. I thought maybe Alan was going to tell him something else.
No, when I saw Alan, I said Peter refused, and Peter is just faithful to the end. He cannot betray his team, and I'm not sure if this is the best strategy for Peter because it seems like he's playing with his heart a little bit. He wants to be the person who plays a good, clean game. And I do understand that. He comes from The Bachelor. That's not a competitive game, so to say, where he's competing. But now he's in a show where, it's a cutthroat game and you have to make a decision like, am I willing to win by any means necessary? And he's saying, no, I've given these people my word. I've looked them in the eye. I can't go back and stab them in the back. I'm not a traitor.
I don't know if that was a good idea. Because here's the thing. Now Peter has to play this game each and every single time trying to get a shield to protect himself. Because they're going to cut him the first opportunity they get. It doesn't even matter. So they're like, okay, you turned it down? Okay. And you know what? I got to give the man props. Now, Parvati, she's not happy. This was her plan.
Yeah.
Now her plan has been shot down. And Phaedra's looking at her going, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yes, because this was ultimately your decision. Almost every single person they have had to murder has been at the fate in the hands of someone else. Phaedra has not really been involved except the one murder where she killed a housewife back when she had to try to throw the scent off of her. And they did that to her as a favor. She's never made a decision, and not because she's not a decision maker. She just doesn't have to do it. She's allowing them to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, girl, what are you going to do? Matter of fact, it's going to be your last meal.
Baby, I wrote that same thing down. I could not believe that Phaedra said that to her. She goes, yeah, girl, this is going to be your last meal. She let her know.
I'm in trouble.
She let you know that's it, okay? So, continue, Tiff.
Well, so Parvati is in the turret making her, she's standing on the mountain speech, and she's like, I will not go down if I have messed up my game. It doesn't matter. I will not go out without a fight. A traitor must go on. I will trailblaze triumphantly through the traitor castle, and I will make sure that I murder Peter on the next go round.
She has a lot of confidence. I will say that.
Well, I think that is an important aspect of being successful in any of these games is
True.
You gotta be confident. You gotta believe you can do it. You just have to. Once you stop believing that, you won't.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So we get to breakfast. And
Phaedra and Bergie walk in. Okay. Now, Burgerlicious, as we like to call him. Let's take a moment for Phaedra's outfit.
Oh, wow.
Phaedra had this leopard Cheetah Girls one-piece suit, like jumper with this Velma jacket, okay, that was bright orange, and it was tailored to the T. Like, I was so impressed. Like, I was like,
what is
I
Velma,
need
from
this.
the Flintstones?
No, from Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
Her name was Velma, I think, right? Did I get right? Daphne was more the one in the pink, and Velma was in the orange. So so she had this orange Velma outfit on. I loved it. It was everything.
Here I am. I'm thinking Wilma. I got you. I follow you. I'm following along. It took me a minute, but I caught up.
So I found that very interesting because I was like, okay, wow, this looks great. So please continue. Who comes in afterwards? Do your thing.
So Phaedra and Birdie enter together. Phaedra is anxious as I don't know what. She does not know what's going to happen. She is always anxious. She didn't even know where to sit. Birdie had to tell her, well, let's sit over there so we can see who comes in. Oh, yes, duh. Okay. Poor thing. They got Phaedra all shook up. So then Sheree, Kate, MJ come in. And I'm going to tell you, I had forgotten that MJ was there. I said, oh, MJ, that's right. Okay.
I always forget she's there. I'm waiting for her to get killed.
Bless her little pointed head. It's not, she's not doing anything. It's just, they're not editing her in the scenes. And so that makes the person forgettable. What?
Kate comes in too. Don't forget Kate.
Oh, yeah, Sheree,
yes.
Kate, and MJ. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Love Kate. Kate is there to just shake this house up, and I'm living for it. All right.
CT, Parvati, and Sandra are next. And Parvati is looking very uncomfortable because no matter what goes on, she knows that the person she tried to recruit is going to walk in that room. She has no idea how they're going to respond. So she's wondering if Peter will announce that he was recruited. Now, who is even actually shocked to see Parvati there? When she walks in, everybody's like, well, if there's one person we knew was coming through the door, we always know Parvati is going to be
They always, and that's bad.
Yeah, it's like, how can she like kill herself but then stay in the game to prove that she's not a traitor? Because every time she comes in, it's just confirmation. She's a traitor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So then Peter and John come strolling in, and Peter believes that Parvati is the one who gave him the recruitment letter. And then there's the last knock at the door, and they're like, it's a 50-50 chance. It's either Trishelle or it's Kevin. And Kevin comes through first, and Trishelle comes in right behind him. And they realize that no one was murdered. They're like, oh, no one was murdered? And it's, somebody says, and I think it's Sheree, like, someone has to have been recruited. If there is no murder, then someone was recruited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, then Alan immediately walks in. You don't know. They don't know what he's going to announce because he's always shaking up. So he walks in and lets him know there was no murder. You want to know why? I'm not going to tell you why.
I'm never gonna tell you. That's why I love Alan. He's like, y'all not dumb. Obviously, there's no murder.
It's for me to know, for you to find out.
Correct. Okay. Now, during this time, keep in mind that Peter cuts to a moment where he's like saying in his head, like in his green screen moment, he's not planning to tell nobody. Mm-hmm. He wants to use this for his advantage to take out Miss Poverty. Okay, he wants to make sure he's able to take her out. So he's like, I'm not telling nobody anything. So don't even worry. Okay.
Yeah.
And
so that's where pretty much, and he doesn't. Even when Alan leaves and Parvati challenges to raise your hand if you received a letter. No one raises their hand. And then Peter addresses Parvati and he says, well, maybe you're not a traitor since I'm alive. And do you know what was going on during this whole ordeal? Everyone at the table is looking at this ping pong match go on between Parvati and Peter. And nobody, I don't see anybody eating except Phaedra. That fork on the plate said. How can you eat at a time like this?
Yo, Phaedra's never, listen, that's why I love her. Because I'm the same way. I'm not missing no damn meal for no competition show.
Listen, when you nervous, you don't have an appetite. Only somebody who don't have no reason to be nervous is still hungry.
Okay. Well, take notes. Next competition show that I'm in or you're in, I'll make sure you eat it when there's stuff going down. Okay? At all times. Somebody arguing back and forth, make sure you eat. Now, listen, it kind of reminds me of the moment of, Mimi when Jocelyn was hitting Stevie J and she was like, hit him again for me. And she was eating a sandwich in her green screen.
Hit him again. Hit him again for me.
Right.
Hit him. Whack him again. Whack him for me. It's funny, I was looking for that gift yesterday.
Oh, I have it everywhere. I have to send it to you. But yes, so Phaedra is eating while this is all going down. This is a whole ping pong table, everything, okay? After this goes down, Peter decides to pull Trishelle, John, Kevin, Burgerlicious into a room and let them know that he did receive a letter from the Traitors, okay? And who does he think it is, Tiff?
He lets them know. It's Parvati. We have to banish Parvati.
Parvati. Mm-hmm.
Or, as Phaedra says, poverty.
Poverty.
Okay. So, speaking of Miss Phaedra, she tries to enter this room while as Miss Phaedra calls them, the Peter Pals are having a meeting.
I love the Peter Pals. Just the name alone is iconic. The Peter Pals.
Peter Pals are having a meeting, and Phaedra asks Peter asks if he can have a minute. He asks her not to come in. And she politely exits the room. She lets everybody know, I was not allowed in that room. While she's over there saying that, Trishelle is saying she wants to recruit Parvati and go after Phaedra.
Yes.
Because of this suspicion that Dan has placed on Phaedra before he left. So the Dan effect is still in effect.
Still in effect. Okay. Now MJ is like, I'm going over there because MJ is like, I don't like to be left out of anything. Now I love MJ because when she walks in very I'm coming, huh?
Yeah, she's coming in, but she's like, they're like, oh, we need a minute. She's like, a minute for what?
For what?
What does that mean?
What do you mean? I don't like to be left out of. I don't want to be left out of things.
No, let me come closer so you can tell me closer.
Yes. I love that, okay? Because let me tell you something. Now, depending on what's happening and what type of show we're talking about, listen, someone tweeted me today, Tip. Now, calm down, Tip. Don't start, okay? Hey, Tiffany wants to talk to you over the HOH room. Oh, we all going up there to talk. So, yes, I damn sure would have been that person let's all go. I would have rallied everybody in the other room. Let's go in there. They had enough privacy moments. I'm sorry. It just made me giggle a little bit because of
Big
that.
D said, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
Don't ever tell me to leave a room or try to.
And I'm Peter. Yeah, give us a minute.
Literally, okay?
And you ain't got no respect. I said, you know what? So, yeah. Talk about the PTSD.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We come a long way.
We've come a long way.
Don't take me back to that old place.
I won't. It's had its good, it's had its bad, but I mean, like I said, I would never want to have it with anyone else but you, because we are cut from the same cloth. Now, MJ comes back to the room, okay, and Sandra at this point is like, you know what? I'm gonna pull out these pool balls, like Tiffany pulled out a chessboard, and she's like, let me show you exactly how this is gonna happen. Now, this is where people don't understand. This is what competitors do, okay? And the housewives are all like, oh my God, this is like interesting, you know. Phaedra's just like, I mean, Phaedra's into it. And Sandra's making it clear that, you know, Peter is definitely a traitor. And she comes up with a plan to get rid of Peter.
I loved that Sandra took this opportunity to show she's a thinker. She knows what's going on. She's strategic. And I also am a team player. I want to help show you guys how this game looks. And I also want to paint a picture for you. I don't just want to tell you and hope that you understand what I'm saying. I want to lay it out in 3D for you so you can see if this is this and this is this, then this is what is going to happen. And when she did that, Miss Kate said, this is the best day of my life.
Kate's not used to playing with these gamers. I mean, even though we know we had maybe Cody and Sari were the only two gamers, I think, that came from a competition show. But everybody else was like housewives and bravos and all this other stuff. So Kate's like over here in the room with gamers. She is like, she might be on her little vacation. I'm learning.
Yeah.
Teach me more.
And it's funny because Sandra says she uses the pool balls to show the leftovers how the numbers look. And in the end, she convinces them we need to go after Peter. So you've got Sandra in one room with the leftovers because they are the spill off of the not so faithfuls. And you've got Sandra convincing the leftovers to go for Peter. No matter what it looks like at Roundtable tonight, Sandra's group is voting for Peter. And in the other room, you have Peter convincing his group to vote for Parvati. So the two votes at tonight's Roundtable are Peter and Parvati, all depending on who gets a shield and who doesn't. But they've made their minds up that this is the vote.
This is a smart vote. This is a very, very smart vote. But we cut to the challenge time, okay? Now, this challenge was very interesting. I'm going to break it down. Everyone try to follow with me. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So they have to work in pairs. The goal is for them to find the correct path. Now, keep in mind, Alan's already hinted that they're going to have to do something in the woods, okay? And Alan also says to them, if a reality star falls in the woods, does anyone hear? Okay. Now, they have to work in pairs. They have to find the correct path, okay? Each time they decide to pick a path, the partner that they're with has to choose, they have to choose who's going to grab the scroll and see if they're going the correct way. If they're going the correct way, they can continue on. If they're not going the correct way, obviously something crazy is going to happen, okay? There's money on the line. Each bag has different money. So, to kind of go over, I think I remember the pairs, and Tiff, do you? If not, please correct me. But Trishelle and Peter had about 10K. Sandra and Kevin had about 7K. Is that right? Did they have 7,000?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't keep up with the totals. I know what they ended up banking at.
Right. All right. Whatever. It don't matter. Let's just keep going. So anyway, just the pairs. You had Property. You had John. You had Phaedra, and you had CT. Now listen. When it was time,
now let's go back and recap that. I'm gonna get into some trouble tonight. Fuck what I said last week.
Okay, right, because you talking about, right, now you changed your mind, because you saw, now we need to rewind that clip and go back to what I said last week. Because when they said, Alan said, pick your partners, and these two just looked at each other just like this. Other way, Tiff, look. Yep, they just looked at each other like this. And he was like, okay, and she's like, all right.
He looked down at her. He like, you want to go with me? He sounded like he playing a bass guitar in his throat. You want to go with me? I don't know what he said. Said something like that.
I think that's what he said. Okay. Alan also let them know there's going to be 2 shields, okay? Also, Kate and MJ are together, by the way, okay? They're going through this whatever. Follow the path, figure out the path is correct. I'm gonna try to get through this fast. I want to first start because if I'm correct, Peter and Trishelle have the biggest amount. And they come up to the first question, which I think the first question was something that Alan said, something with
Bernadotte's the name of the forest, and it's like
Forest Bernadon Don. Or something, okay, yeah, or is Fergus Bargadon Von, okay,
very
whatever,
so.
Right? So they got to pick which one. So they decide to go left. They're incorrect, and Peter goes.
Well, first, how you know they incorrect?
Oh, I'm sorry. They decide to go left, okay, and then they come up to the area where it's time to pick the scroll off the ground. They pick the scroll. Peter decides, I'm going to be the one to go for it. So that means if he
did.
Right. Because if he's wrong, then that means like he's out. And Trishelle can keep going. So he goes for the scroll. And when he goes for the scroll, baby, he falls into this gooey mud. I don't know what it was.
I was not expecting disgusting. That. Neither was he.
Nobody was expecting it, okay?
Trishelle
said, oh. Okay, now Peter said he needs the shield because he believes he's going to be a target.
No, okay. But going to be? Oh, he is.
So this continues on as each team ends up getting happening. CT ends up getting caught in a nest. Okay.
First, Phaedra and CT got the first scroll. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And Phaedra said, yeah. Oh. Phaedra looked like such a damsel in distress when it comes to the woods. She's such a damn. I need to learn.
Yes, because men save damsels. Men want to rescue. They don't. What are you helping you for if you don't need no help?
I mean, it doesn't work in my part. Like the men want men. They want city. So I can't be like, oh, help me.
Imagine me playing a damsel in distress. What distress? Anyway.
Go ahead, Tim.
Well, when they get to their second one, where they have to determine what is inside of the shield in the table, the symbol in the table, they say, well, it's a sun. They get to walking off. And when CT got snatched up in that net, Phaedra said, ow! Here she go, and she go walking through the woods. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, I'm so scared.
Jesus.
I'm so scared about myself.
This is the last thing I wanted to do is be out here by myself. Oh Jesus. Oh, it's so many leaves. and branches and the trees. It's not to know if that's the wind or if that's a ghost. And I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, jeez. I've never seen. I've never seen people more distressed. I mean, when Bergie fell in the mud, Bergie and Sheree, honey, Sheree don't say nothing. Sheree said nothing the whole season except when they vote wrong. She be like, I know y'all. Bergie fell in the mud. Sheree said, hell no. and she looking at him. She said, shit. She didn't know what to do. And she turned around and walked away. She said, hell no. She didn't know what. She said, what have I gotten into? I know what Sheree was thinking. All Sheree was thinking was, that could have been me.
Yeah.
Hell no. What in hell?
Listen, I love watching Sheree. And I love watching any of the Bravo people do anything. Case the same way too. Anytime Bravo, let me tell you something. Bravo is not meant for any of this stuff, but this is great. They are great for TV. You mix them with competitors or all these other people. Bravo people are like, no, we don't do this. People do this stuff for us. Because like I said,
Bravo is having a FIT, okay? Bravo is having a fit. Next thing you know, Kate got snatched up in the net. Here go Kate. Kate's such a thug. Kate said, all right, cool. That was not bad. I ain't wet. I ain't muddy. And I don't give a damn. They're going to cut me down when they get me.
Exactly what she said. But you know what? When they got Phaedra, she said, no, get me out. I don't like this. Okay,
Phaedra
now.
Even got Phaedra. Phaedra had to go on her own through the woods. She was like Goldilocks and the Three Bears going from door to door. She was not comfortable with it, okay? When she has to answer her last question on her own, which I forget what the question was.
The question was, keep your friends close or keep your enemies close.
Yeah, that got them all, except some people. Well, she said keep your enemies close. And Phaedra got down there in those leaves. And all she did was look. She went to touch that scroll and she heard it. She said, ah! She threw her hands up. Phaedra thought she was under arrest. She was on her knees. Ah! And they snatched her up there. Baby. Poor Phaedra. She said,
I just never said anything.
Y'all gonna have to come get me out.
She said, now, all right, okay, guys, come get me. Yeah, she was not having it. She's like, all right, we got it. Come on, come get me. Yeah, she wasn't having it, okay?
I mean, just think about it. How many times has Phaedra ever had leaves in her hair?
Never. Same thing with Sheree.
Now, baby, when Sheree got snatched up in that net, I'm telling you what took me out. Sheree said, help!
Shit. I love this show. I love this show. I don't know how I'm going to go back to Big Brother. I'm going to be so bored. Because this is pure entertainment. Like, I laugh every single Thursday. I kick and scream, kick my feet up in the air in my inclined chair laughing like this. Like, I giggle. I giggle. I love this damn show. Okay. Now, keep in mind, let's talk about the people that are doing well. Parvati and John are actually doing well. Parvati is also like, this is my opportunity to show John, like, I am a faithful. So she's like, John, you okay? And, hey, come on, John, let's do it. And John, she's showing John how likable she is, okay? Sandra's, like, kind of looking at Kevin like, she knows Kevin's one of Peter's people, so she wants to, like, kind of show him, like, hey, we're going to work together, but we're going to try to get through this. So they actually get through this. Now, Alan makes it clear that the people that are going to receive the shield are people that are 100% have a quick time of finishing it together. So, at the end of everything, Sandra and Kevin end up winning the shields. Okay.
I think it
Alan,
was so interesting to see that the two teams that made it to the end, the only two teams to make it to the end, were the teams that had a survivor woman, and that is Parvati and Sandra. And
ready.
I mean, survivor women really do just kill it,
They
honestly.
do. They do.
And
They're built
I mean,
different.
what is there to be afraid of? You mean these trees and these crunchy leaves? Not affected, okay?
Not
So,
affected at all. So Alan lets them know afterwards he has a surprise for them at the castle. So everyone's like, oh, surprise? Like, what's going on? Okay. Sandra makes it clear once again when they get back to the castle, we have to stick together. We have to get rid of Peter. Peter then has a conversation with CT because he was trying to fill out CT, if I'm correct. Now, first of all, this room that they're in, baby, I haven't seen this room since season 1.
it
Did
seemed
they
like
just magically found
I think
it?
they found it, yeah.
I have not seen that room since season 1. Okay. Now I'm a CT and Peter's conversation wasn't really, valid, so we don't really have to worry about that. The conversation that I found very interesting was Peter, Phaedra, and Poverty. Now, Peter, go ahead, Tiff.
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting that Peter pulled Peter pulled Pepper Piper. It's interesting that Peter pulled Parvati and Phaedra to ask them if they could work together. Well, Peter, they just sent you an invitation last night and you turned it down. Now, granted, I know you didn't know, but it's quite interesting that they just asked you, could they work with you? Would you work with them? And you said no. But will you work with us? Me? Peter, will you work with us? No. But will y'all work with me? Peter doesn't work like that. So Phaedra is completely uncomfortable with this. And it was kind of nerving to me because I didn't know. I felt like she responded that way because she's a traitor and she's uncomfortable, like possibly saying or doing the wrong thing. It is also her and Parvati who never really interacts together. She probably feels like he's trying to set her up, and she immediately backs out of this conversation. And like, just because in the games that we play, if somebody doesn't want to talk to you, they definitely don't want to work with you. Well, I don't know how outwardly or overtly I want to let someone know I don't want to work with you, unless I'm comfortable with you possibly targeting me. So I was a little worried about how she handled that so abruptly without even just kind of feigning interest a little bit. But then he does end up talking to Parvati, and it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. They both see each other. They're both trying to get each other. But I think Phaedra's just like, I don't want to get crossing the line of fire. And, she's like, Peter, plant seeds and all this other stuff. And I don't blame her. She could have definitely exited a different way. That was very suspicious. But, yeah.
But that's just like, it's just game experience. But she has the trust of a lot of people, and I think they just don't see Miss Damsel in that way.
I love it.
So
I'm learning.
Alan calls everyone to the stairs. He has an announcement to make, and this announcement is that they will be meeting in the woods in their boots and their coats. And so they all get out there to the woods. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what is going on. But in this ceremony around the pit, Alan announces there will be no round table and there will be no banishment. You would decide who you would like to save from murder.
Murder.
And so each of you will choose until there are 5 people left. And those 5 people will be at risk for murder.
Murder. So this is basically Oh my God, because they did this in Big Brother Canada before, and I feel like they did this on other competition shows.
Well, they just
It's
did
basically
this on the challenge. It's like you choose
yeah,
someone
basically. Yeah, it's
to
a
be
safety
safe,
it's
and
a
then you
safety
choose.
circle. A safety trust circle. You know? Yeah. So basically they all have to pick people, but just keep in mind whatever 5 people are left are the only 5 people that can be killed by the traitors.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, Trishelle immediately asks to be saved. She's like,
Immediately.
Save me. Peter is like, I also need safety. Save me. So Alan informs Sandra and Kevin that they will be the first to choose who will be safe. And he calls them to the middle so that they can get their fire. They will have the first lit fire. They will share that fire with someone to start the safety net. And it will go on and so forth. They come up with their solution of who they want to save very, very quickly, fairly quickly, it looks like to us. And I love how Sandra is never beating around the bush. Alan's like, who's going to do it? I'll do it. Who's going to say it? I'll say it. It's like, I don't have a problem with that. And are you surprised at all that they chose Sheree?
No, I'm not. Because Sheree has a good relationship with Kevin. She's played a lot of these comps with Kevin, and I think they get along. He has a good relationship. And same thing with Sandra. So, you know, even though we might think Sheree sometimes is just lolly, okay, but she's really good with obviously connecting with people. So for them to pick her obviously shows how they feel about Sandra and feeling like she is faithful, okay?
I think it does say a lot about Sheree in that they definitely trust her. Yep. They definitely don't think that she's a faithful. And they
a traitor.
I'm sorry. They definitely don't think that she's a traitor. See, they'll kick you out for saying that in the traitor house. They said,
yeah. Okay, Peppermint. You know, right. I'll be like, Trishelle, you said I just heard you just say that you said that you were a traitor, a faithful. What are you?
Confused.
Oh. Well, that's why we need to get rid of Tiffany, because she's confused and she doesn't know because she's a traitor.
I am not a threat. So
now, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so Sandra walks over and lights Sheree's torch, and now Sheree has to decide amongst this group, who is she going to save? Who do you think what are you thinking when her fire is lit and she has to make a decision? Who do you think she's
I already know she's going to pick Phaedra.
As she should.
As she should. Because let me tell you something. I think people don't understand when you have such a long relationship with somebody. Trishelle, I understand people like Trishelle and CT have a long relationship. No, their relationship's not like Phaedra and Sheree. Like their kids are hanging out. They're doing family activities. They've been through each other when they both have been through divorces. They're sisters. They have fought. They're on the same damn.
And they started together. They started on Real Housewives of Atlanta together.
Yeah. They've been doing it for years.
That's the very first season. I watched that season.
Oh, Sheree was there before Phaedra. Phaedra didn't come in until later on.
What was she, second season then?
No.
Come on.
Phaedra was like season 4 or 5.
Okay, I want to get into it. Who was on the first season?
First season. I know it like the back of my head. Kim, Lisa, Sheree. Yeah, and that other black woman that was like one time. I don't remember her name. Somebody would say it in the chat. Somebody say it in the chat. Whoever it was. Second season, same thing. Same people minus the black woman from the first season.
Who did they replace her with?
They didn't replace her yet. And then Candy came on third season. And then Candy came on just by herself and Cynthia.
Okay.
Then they did a little bit of like a reboot. And then they brought in Phaedra, Kenya, Portia, and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up because, Phaedra and Apollo. Because I'm okay. Anyway, let's get back.
But just they've been together. Doesn't matter. They still have been together for a long time. But anyway, she does pick Phaedra. Okay, Tiffany.
And Miss Phaedra is so touched, and which is understandable because you do know that they're close, but it is a game. Shut up. What? Wow. Oh my gosh. This is getting intense. She said, shut up, bitch.
She's such a bitch.
She was like,
she was like,
oh
man,
my
I'm not,
gosh,
God,
this is getting intense.
And Phaedra's over here like, and then here's Alan. Phaedra, how does that make you feel? I just, and then Sheree answers, yes, I'm just so tired of people like thinking that you could just pick on people and call them out to be traitors.
Well, she made a point of saying, you know, I don't like that people get picked on because they're from the same show. I know exactly what she means by that because I was on the Challenge USA and all the Big Brother people got picked off one by one. Now, it's not our fault that the Survivor people just happen to play better than us, but you could not have to pick on us every single time you was in power. I'm not having a PTSD moment. I'm not.
I mean, season one,
healed.
I'm sorry. I love you. Season one was definitely y'all fault, but season two was not y'all fault. But season one was
y'all got to go. But
yeah, season one was y'all fault, which was stupid.
And Sheree knows what it feels like for, you know, to be picked on because of your show. And then she's also makes it clear that, and I believe Phaedra is faithful, not unfaithful.
Faithful.
I believe she is faithful.
I believe she is faithful.
She is faithful.
Unfaithful.
No, not
She's,
She didn't say she was faithful.
She said faithful, like the Lord, like the Jesus and the hymns in the church. Okay, I'm not God faithful.
I do think
bring it in.
I do think Sheree knows that Phaedra is a traitor.
I'll be shocked. Okay, now after Phaedra has this moment, okay, Poverty's like, Phaedra's gonna pick me.
I don't know why she would think that.
I don't know why she would think that either.
You guys don't even appear close in public, for one. So everyone would be like, why is Phaedra choosing Parvati?
Over Kate, over MJ, over CT,
that makes no sense. Just
over Burgerlicious.
Because you both are traitors? That would be even more unjustifiable.
That would be stupid. I would be mad if you were traitors and you did that to me, I would be pissed. I'd be like looking at you like you just threw my game away. Why would you do that? But if it's me
and you though, it kind of makes sense because we're close.
Yeah,
but
okay, so let me give somebody an example.
Not close at all. But I
me and Johnny Bananas.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and y'all happen to be traitors. And he just chooses. He saves you. You be like, what are you?
He saves me over CT.
Yeah.
Okay, it didn't make no sense. All right.
Well, so somebody saved CT.
His woman, and what did he say? Tip, what did he say?
He said, if Phaedra want to light my torch, I'm not gonna say no. Light it. Light it up. He said, hey, come to light my fire.
Tell you just gonna light my fire. Okay, so yes. So Phaedra likes CT's fire. Now Trishelle is ready to receive her lit and fire now. Trishelle's like, I know CT is gonna pick me. Like, we have been friends for years. Like, I know CT's gonna pick me, okay? And all I'm thinking in my head is just, I just love me some peppermint. I love me peppermint. This is just great. I'm sucking on a peppermint candy while this is happening and everything. I'm just manifesting for peppermint's revenge. I'm like, yes. Yes, Trishelle, he's gonna pick you. And just, CT's up there and CT's up there like, do I pick?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
He also says out loud that, hey, I want you guys to know, like, this is not personal. I'm here to play the game. So he's like between John and Trishelle.
Yeah, and he's a straight gamer. Like, he's not playing a friendship game. He he's gonna play game. And hold on. Truth be told, his woman saved him. What he look like saving another woman? He knew he better had to save John. Excuse me? Excuse me? I saved you. Don't confuse me. You will turn around and say, who you say? Who?
Trashell.
CT didn't want them Phaedra problems. Even though she might not have thought nothing. He a man, he said, I don't even want them problems.
John it is.
Yeah, John it is. This is games, not about friends. And Trashell was devastated.
Devastated. Wow. I mean, wow. I was just watching Peppermint on live. She was laughing somewhere. Or, not about that, but she was just laughing on live when I was watching this moment actually go down. So it was refreshing to know revenge is sweet. Trashell. Now, John now has the final pick, okay? The last person that could be saved. MJ's over here in the corner talking about how she's upset and she's miserable and disappointed. Let me tell you something. The next competition show that I ever get a chance to go back on, I want to play with Kate. Because you know what Kate is doing? Kate don't give zero motherfucks. Kate's like, she don't really care. She's not over here talking about somebody should have picked me, woe me, da, da, da. And I can't believe I was no one's first pick. No one picked me. No one. No. Girl, you should have known that. Your first pick was probably, your person was gone. Larsa. Okay? Nobody else I don't think got a connection with you besides Larsa. Okay? Now, John is over here now debating on between Trashell, Bergie, Peter. Now, in this moment, Tiff, what do you think? You think he gonna pick? Who do you think he was gonna pick?
I felt that CT wanted Peter safe, but because CT had talked to Peter earlier, he did say he wanted to work with him. I do think that CT believes that Peter is a faithful. I think CT wants to work with Peter, but he did not want to directly show his cards. So he saved the person who he knew would save Peter. So he saved John. And therefore, I expected John to save Peter.
Yeah, so Peter gets saved. And you could tell on Property's face, she's just like...
Well, John makes it very clear.
Yeah, because John's like doing a whole, like, John was doing a whole, like, ceremony like he was in the medieval time. And he's just like...
Well, he said, I saved Peter, who is forensically focused on finding a traitor. And that means not emotionally, and he's not just out here with his guns pointed. He is actually thoroughly investigating, gathering information and facts and evidence to pin down a traitor, which he already did at the last round table. They got out Dan, who was a traitor. So John believes in Peter's theories and the way he goes about finding his traitor. So that leaves Trashell, Parvati, Bergie, MJ, and Kate to be mad at.
Now, they have to go back to the castle. Oh, but what Alan does, he sends people that are safe first and then allows the people that are not safe, which is messy, and I love it, to kind of talk amongst themselves and then go to the castle.
Yeah.
This is why I love Kate. Kate lets them know, do not suppress your emotions. Show them how you feel. And Trashell's like, I just don't know how I feel, and I am feeling some type of way.
Well, she comes back into the bar, into the castle, into the bar where everyone is. She's visibly upset, and CT knows that. MJ follows her in. She comes behind her, and she is upset that she was nobody's first choice. It's unfortunate. You can tell that CT knows Trishelle is upset. She leaves the room. He's like, I'm sitting here with Phaedra. I can't be chasing another woman. I'm trying to make sure that this woman is taken care of. I'm already
Yeah, because
on the
this is the
job.
woman. This is the woman with the money and the coins, and the woman who's been with me from the beginning.
He says, I CT is a gentleman, is a gentleman. CT is a gentleman, and he found his lady, okay? And so he ain't about to chase no another woman. Well, Trishelle is upset, understandably so, not necessarily that he didn't save her, but that it doesn't appear that he has any interest in repairing the relationship. You know, in Big Brother, we are definitely going to pull you to the side and clear up the confusion. If I just put you on the block, hey, you want to chat? You want to chat because I want to bring down your defenses. And CT, I don't think he doesn't care. I think he doesn't know how to play a social game in that way. That's not the game that he plays. He like, yeah, you want me, send me down there. I'll go down there and beat somebody's ass. I'll come back. Well, this isn't that kind of game. So Trishelle is mad and he doesn't know how, even when the girls are together talking and she's expressing that she's upset because CT hasn't said anything, and CT walks past and then tries not to get involved, and they're like, no, come in here. She'd like you to come talk to her. And she's like, why didn't you talk to me? He's like, it's not because I didn't want to talk to you. She's like, so why didn't you? He's like, I didn't know if I could. It strikes me as one of those awkward moments when men don't know how to deal with women's emotions. And it seems like his
CT's never, and this is only me going based off of how he has been over the years on TV. CT's not good when it comes to women's emotions. Like he don't know how to. Yeah, he doesn't know how to. Like, oh, I clocked that, got it. I need to address that. Let me go chase her. Let me go figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
He's.
Even
I
just
mean,
like repair and reconcile. It's the reconciliation. So, you know, you don't have to chase her. You don't have to kiss her ass. You don't have to do anything. But in the game, if her loyalty is important or her friendship is important or you are considering that you guys still want to work together, you're going to have to figure out a way to repair that. And I'm sure that he was probably just waiting on it to calm down. But sometimes that doesn't always help the situation. It's like, we don't have that much time. This is a game, you know. It's like the time is of the essence. So anyway, they have this talk. That talk to me honestly doesn't go well because, you know, she's like, what do you think? I'm not smart enough. You know, she's got some personal insecurities maybe in regards to the game or him or just herself. I'm not sure, but she brings up, why didn't you choose me? Did you not think I was an asset? And he goes, well, you know, John's career is kind of like something I feel is better for me in this game.
because he's a fucking politician. And what do you do, Trash Al? Nothing.
I don't know what she does. I don't know what she does for a living, honestly. But even if that's how you feel in this game, I mean,
That's me looking up to see what she does.
I will say, I don't think he wanted that outcome. And so I think that it would have been beneficial for him to have tried to replay the conversation in his head before it took place so he could have an idea of what he wanted to say so that she could come out feeling how he hoped that she would have felt. I know he didn't intend for her to leave still hurt, but he didn't say anything to help reconcile that situation. Yes.
So, Trishelle.
Yes.
Let me just go down her early histories.
No.
She was an American reality TV star, Playboy model, and actress. Okay. It looks like now that she is a poker player and real estate investor and reality star. So that is what she does for a living. So compared to a politician,
I mean, we're not just going to say because you're a politician, you've got the skills and the assets.
no, I'm just based on what I'm just giving what CT was thinking. If I'm CT, that's what I'm thinking.
And that's fine that he thinks that. What's not okay for his game, and maybe he doesn't think that she has any power to do anything, but the numbers are dwindling down and everything in this house is a vote. So you kind of don't want to be on the wrong side of anybody. You don't want to make enemies. For his game, I think he could have handled that conversation better, so that he didn't leave or she leave with the idea, I don't have CT. But
yeah, but the CT is also very ruthless. That's just him. I can't lie about that. But like you said, we do cut to, where do we go next to?
Well, we end up at the turret.
And just to throw in here real quick, MJ was also upset. She went around feeling like nobody has her back either. Mm-hmm. So she was upset too. But yes, cut to the turret.
Yeah, we cut to the turret. And this turret starts off, I don't know if it's edited this way or if each turret session immediately starts with Phaedra holding court.
She's constantly holding something.
She holds court, and Parvati says, I was scared. And she's like, I was scared for you. I was scared for you. You got to stop acting like that.
Acting like what?
You got to stop it. You got the ice princess. The ice princess.
And Phaedra does it. And Phaedra does it.
And then Parvati starts doing it.
And then she does it back. She goes. So Parvati's very offended right now. She's very offended.
I don't necessarily know if she
was offended.
I think she is a little offended, but I think she's more surprised at how she is not giving what she thinks she's giving.
No, I think that she's surprised that, and Phaedra's clocking her, but Phaedra's also trying to help her and tell her you need to fix these things.
She thinks that she's smiling. She thinks that she's nice. She's like, what friendly. Do you mean?
She's like, you gotta stop coming here like Joan Arc. Did she call her Joan Arc or something like that?
Joan of Arc. Yeah, she just. And with Phaedra, it makes sense because when everyone came in from outside after the five of them were left and they were not chosen, the other four people visibly came in, especially the women. We didn't really get to see Kate's response, but she's very under the radar. And then she also started the game late, so she doesn't have the emotional connection to even be upset with anybody for not choosing her. It's completely understandable. But MJ is visibly upset. She is like, I'm nobody's favorite. I'm nobody's first. I wasn't chosen. Like you can see, and you can like hear the hurt in her as she expresses herself. You can also see the hurt and hear the pain in Trishelle as she comes in the door. And then Parvati comes in and she's just like, because I'm going to kill one of you tonight. I'll kill you the next time. One of y'all going to die. Y'all sat up there and didn't choose me. There's no, like, the emotion. Phaedra said, you're not warm. You're going to have to be cold. You're going to have to be more loving.
Yeah, you're an ice princess. Cold.
I think she's an ice queen.
Well, like I said, I listen, if I would love to have someone like Phaedra in my corner that would be able to tell me what I need to work on or fix, because everything she says, she's clocking her. She's literally clocking her.
You got somebody. Who tells you every single time that I feel like it, because it'd be a lot of times. I let you slide sometimes. But you got somebody to tell you when you're wrong and in your corner, pulling your coattail, lifting you up, making you better.
You guys don't know how to say good morning?
It's good night.
You guys don't know how to say good morning?
Y'all don't know how to say good morning? Who raised you?
Who's a fucking...
Y'all like
A
putting on background
giraffe?
musician?
Who's a fucking giraffe?
Rooster.
Rooster.
Call me no. Tiff, you would drink. Your drink is Hennessy. I said, baby, I ain't never been so offended.
You were so offended. And me and Hannah sitting in those chairs, looking at we were going through the memory hall. We were talking all different type of categories, and we're like, okay, alcohol. We said Hennessy, and you really were showing where you were from. Hennessy.
I still ain't no glass of Hennessy.
I'm just so offended. Yes, you are Megan Thee Stallion drinking out of a straw.
Still ain't no.
Since you want to play her music. Bigfoot.
I am a tequila girl. Get it right.
Not that. Okay, so yes, so Phaedra, it seems like we're ending this episode, if I'm correct, trying to figure out who's going to get killed. They're going a little bit back and forth about their options or who they want to kill.
They're looking at Trishelle. They're looking at Bergie, MJ. They never say Kate. I'd have just killed Kate. I
wouldn't kill Kate. I would have killed MJ. So then it shows that we're killing somebody on our side. So then Sandra could go back and go, why did MJ just die? Shouldn't it have been somebody on Peter's side? That's what I would have done. I wanted to be Trishelle, of course, so I can have my peppermint
if it's somebody on Peter's side, then if it's MJ, then she'd think it's Peter that killed MJ. He's a traitor.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, like we needed to be. It should be. They should kill MJ. Mm-hmm. So then they would think it's Peter. Because here's the thing: if you kill Trishelle, he's not killing Trishelle.
No, he's not killing Trishelle.
Correct. So you shouldn't kill Trishelle and Bergie. Yes, it's a risk leaving them in the game, but I would have killed. I would have killed MJ.
It's probably gonna be MJ.
It should if they're smart.
What do you think is going to happen with this Parvati Phaedra? The two.
It's gonna be like a. It's gonna be like a Dan
on one throne.
It's gonna be like a Dan. It's gonna be like a yeah.
They don't. They're starting not to trust each other. No. Which is equally right. Like
it's gonna be like Dan. Parvati's gonna go after Phaedra. I don't think Phaedra's gonna go after Parvati because she just clocked her for what she does. She's like, everything I'm telling you is what people see.
Well, that's because Phaedra is playing the game of a traitor as a team. She's playing this game with Parvati as if they're on the same side. And so she's like trying to look out for her. Whereas Parvati recognizes that I can get to the end without you and take all of this money home. And so it's almost like I want to see Phaedra at the end, but I think in order for her to realize you can't play this game with love. You can't play. It ain't a game of love.
Here's what gives me hope. If they get rid of MJ, then I have hope that Phaedra's going to be okay. If they get rid of Trishelle, Phaedra's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, because they definitely know it's somebody on their side. Mm-hmm.
Correct. You have to get rid of someone.
We'll consider that. They were looking at MJ.
They better. Well, I guess we'll have to find out, next week and stuff. Tiff, this is such a good episode. I love this show. Tiff, what is your final thoughts on this?
Wow.
Debacle of blood on their hands.
Yeah. I think that it's going to be interesting to see this duo of Phaedra and Parvati play out with them being traitors and Parvati being paranoid. She's probably going to start trying to plant seeds around Phaedra again. And I think that I am liking that Phaedra has a man in there who got her back, I think they're just friends. And I like that friends. It's good to have friends. I got a lot of friends. I got a whole lot of male friends who look out and take care of me. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't got to be doing nothing with them neither if you the right type of person. So I think that that's great for her, that she's got a nice man on her side. And
Yeah, I need some more male friends like that because I'm doing whatever they need me to do.
yeah, stop taking your clothes off. And
Open legs, open arms, open mouth.
then that's all you're going to get.
And I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm not. And so, legs closed, mouth closed. I like this. I liked this. I liked this episode, but I do have a little theory about this episode, and I do wonder if there was not a little seasoning sprinkled into place to change this episode's routine and take the round table away, because Parvati or Peter were absolutely, one of them was going home tonight. And if I'm making money off of this show, I ain't trying to lose none. So we gonna have
I'm
to
not mad
switch
at
up.
it. I'm not mad at it, though. I'm not mad
I'm
at
not
it.
mad at it either.
Nobody went home? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
I don't like
Cool.
the cliffhanger though. They could have just
I don't like the
told us.
cliffhanger. They should have told us who got murdered, though. So,
I think
because
that-
we need to know. We should at least have each episode of somebody going home, either
some
getting
closure.
banished or getting murdered. Yeah, that's
I
not
think
cool.
maybe when they set these episodes up, they were doing it so that, they could bring people, make sure that we come back next week. We are coming back. You don't have to tempt us. We're there.
We are. Now, let me take the time. Shout out to the live chatters. Hey, guys.
live chat.
Hey,
Shout out
guys.
to the live chat.
We appreciate you guys always watching us.
They are the royal court.
The Royal Court, yes.
Shout out to the royal court.
I actually met, there was a live chatter, I met, her name was Chelsea, at Target today, and she said she watches our show. And I was like, wow, yes, it's
That's
her and her
so
dad.
cool.
And I love that. Yeah, she just had a kid. So I was like, all right, go ahead, girl.
So cool.
So I just want to make sure you guys know, please continue, as Tiffany would say, we're always asking for more. Please continue to share, to like. We are trying to get to that 5K subscriber, trying to hit one of our achievements. If you guys don't know, we also do have the episodes on Spotify and Apple Music, just so you guys know. It does come out earlier than the episode. So,
Check those out because we pay for those.
yes, we
For
do.
you.
For you guys. So, yes,
we know
guys.
what we said.
We're doing all the work here. Let's also shout out Hannah. Hannah has been so focused on school, guys. She is alive. She is healthy. She is doing well. She's just been focused on school. We're hoping to have Hannah back for the next season of Big Brother. I don't think she really has a choice. I'm like, girl, you had a whole fucking break. It's during the summer. So, yes. So, we just want to send love and support. And thank you guys for everything. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.